Let's try again. Oh. Oh, I have to be careful. I have to be careful, yes. Hey, climb under my head. Climb under my head again. Okay, the camera did not pick that up, but he climbed halfway down the back of my t-shirt and back up again. Say hi for the camera. So, I want to have a wee look at some of the other gerbils in smaller cages. This is the confusingly named Mr. Melissa Teague, also prefixed by Special Agent. He's about a year old now. He's in there on his own. I don't think he's too happy. And he'll be one of the first that I'm looking to be adopted by a CC Animal Sanctuary or Pets at Home. I open his tank door from time to time and let him crawl onto the top. This other lot, they don't seem too aggressive. Somebody did get aggressive with Abed yesterday. Hello, Abed. And I was very cross. Somebody cut part of his tail at the base, the end of his tail, and a couple of centimeters up. Today has been cleaning day. And so most of the gerbils have got a new design inside their tanks. We're not supposed to have favourites, are we? But Abed's the OG. Aren't you, Abed? The original. And again, he's in here on his own. Abed gets along well with pretty much everyone, but everyone doesn't get along well with him. And he's also a horny devil. Sorry for the blur. That's what happens when gerbils mess with the focus. This was a nice, clean, fresh tank. I'm testing a new layout. There's 3 cups in here, and it's very unusual to see it so quiet. There's a tail sticking out there. There's a brown one, a black one, a white one. Oh, there's Bear is coming out. Hi, Bear. It's very tricky to get a look on him. Yeah. Hi, bear. The white one is usually up at the top deck, that's Hope. And the black one is Mojo. And he's in there somewhere too. Hi, Abed. Oh, disappeared just as you arrived. The middle tank's the only one I haven't cleaned out today. I think there's about 5 adults and 5 cubs in there. Mama Slip. Possibly Scooby. Squirrel. Who's got very shy lately. It looks like Pandy down there. Hiya. Oh. Oh. What I've tried to do in the summer, a lot of going at ice cubes with a hammer to get them through the slim part of the water. It keeps them cool. And I've got invested in a couple of mini fans. So, the Unstoppable Joe White family is still with me, and they've just had a complete redesign. Well, there we can see, no, we'll come back to that coverage. So it's a much more open space, more suited to the summer, less wood chip. So better. Hello. They're all very curious. I suspect this is our friend who you've seen crawling under my shoulders many's a time. Except for Joe White and Mama Fox, they're all unnamed. So 3 white and 3 brown. There we go. And if you've seen other videos just after I've cleaned the gerbils out, they tend to be quite active, getting things the way that they want them rather than the way that I arrange them. But it's usually relatively kind of, there's a compromise is reached. Although I do make mistakes, like so you might see I've got this bridge here. It's quite close to the top of the tank, which means should I lift the lid, which is a bit tricky in itself, I have to be very careful. I don't like how precarious it is. There's actually a balance here, but it's not great. Yeah. But should I lift the lid, which I always do with care anyway, it's very easy for them to stand on one of these upper raised limits and just escape, which has happened about 4 times already in the space of a minute. So yeah, we want to be careful. Here is Mr. Melissa Teague has come out. He's not so shy as he has been the last couple of weeks. He's coming out, making physical contact with me again. There was a bit of an incident earlier when Hope, our little white Hope, nudged the top of our tank wide open, ran into Teague's tank. There was a tussle. I could not get the tank open because it was clamped down, because it's a very bad design of tank. No bleeding, but little white Hope did lose some fur and got seriously remonstrated, rebuked, naughty step put upon. So I'll just get the last word from our special agent here. There we have it. There we have it. Top tip, put kitchen roll in, tear it into strips. It makes for a softer bedding. Okay. All right. All right. So this is a Joe White family. They're about to go up for adoption. Thank you so much to the Pets Home staff in Bangor. They've just been fantastic. This is quite a hard moment for me. Joe White, please. Come on. No. Bon voyage. I think of all the gerbils that I've passed with, Joe White has been one of the toughest to get over. Just so full of energy and affection. Like she's got her own little family, and there's just more of them than I can take hold of. Even this tiny little enclosure was all I had to spare to take them to the pet store. So we were very fortunate that the pet store was, as well as being able to adopt Queen Fox, Joe White, and the 6 little cubs, they were also able to take in Mr. Melissa Teague, who, to be telling the truth, hadn't really seemed happy for a while, had never really quite connected with me since his mate and cubs were taken away. Just was more and more upset. So they were just really wonderful. And I don't mean to be telling tales out of school, but there is an amusing story to that. So I arrived with um, the gerbils for donation, and um, the pet store staff were fantastic, but there was one staffer who kicked up a fuss at the front of the store with me right beside the door. And honestly, not to shame her, I mean, I think she just got out of bed the wrong day. She had a go at me for not separating the female cub, female parents from the males. They were only a couple of weeks old, and started to give me a full dressing down about this. And it was quite out of sorts. I refused to be humiliated. At the end of the day, the store was doing me a solid. I could tell the member of staff who arranged it, who was a gerbil specialist, was also quite shocked at this woman's attitude. Appeared to be like an assistant manageress. I don't know. But anyway, they took Joe White's family out to the back and came back. We had Teague sat in the car for 5 minutes just to make doubly sure they could take Teague in as well. I think it had been cleared on the phone, but just in case they changed their minds. So we brought Teague back into the counter, and as I mentioned earlier, Teague's box was a bit hard to open, and she forced it open. This brusque manageress stuck her hand in, and Teague took a nip out of her. Suddenly, he ran up to the side of the tank, over the side, and started running about the counter. This could have gone very badly. This was a very big store. Teague could have been running everywhere, worse out the front. Automatic doors into the parking lot would be my worst fear. After running about the counter for 30 seconds, hopped back into the tank, and the brusque woman grabbed him and packed him away. And it was just an utterly funny incident. Um, Teague's always been a bit of a dark horse, and that was just the perfect send off. So, Teague and all the staff at that pet store, thank you so much. I thought you'd appreciate me sharing that story with you. So here we've got Little White Hope, Bear, and Mojo in their new home, where there's a little more space for them, and they're just doing as gerbils do after a redecoration or a new placement, just exploring the surroundings, just Mojo, just working on the architecture, the environment, making it their own. Yeah, it's just lovely watching them back. These three have since also gone up for adoption, and I do miss them. Yeah, Little White Hope there, just exploring. Quite a threesome. I mean, the BLT of gerbils. There's Bear. And Little White Hope taking to the wheel. They don't always take to the wheels inside the tank. Little jump. Oh, bless. She or he, I can't remember now. They were all the same gender. Such a gorgeous creature, all three of them. Yeah. And they got on together really well. No problems. So I hope whoever has them now is benefiting from a wonderful little family extra. The adoption would happen quite quickly. As it turned out, there was already a new batch of gerbils on the way. So I've managed to get through to the just excellent people at Assisi Animal Sanctuary in Conleg, County Down, who took in my three little boys. Yes. Hi, Abed. Say hi to the cam. They're just gorgeous. I'm going to show you some clips to end on of the three new boys who, as you can see, were quite happy in their tank and on the floor on their way to a checking out their new home at Assisi. I know it took at least a month before they were adopted from there, but it looks very much like they're with a new family who would love them very much. The Assisi Sanctuary had been struggling with taking in about 70 rats that had been quite mistreated and nursing them back to health. If you'd like to help the CC and their work with donations, adoptions, I've left a link in the description. Please look on their website, check out their Facebook and share some of their posts. Again, thank you to Dylan, Katie and all the staff at Small Animals Assisi. And my friend Jennifer, you can hear in the background, who chauffeured us over there and back. Such a touching place. There's so many beautiful animals there just looking for new homes.
They'll have loads of houses very, very soon. I just need to go down and get them from storage, but I just want something. Because it did come with a roof, but the roof had only those as like air vents, which isn't enough air ventilation for them. So just use a random old gate. Actually, I might get them another gate. This will do in the meantime until we get a nicer gate, I think.